Hello, my name is Tanya McIntosh. I'm a piano teacher at Vincent Music, and today we'll be discussing 3 types of minor scales. Now, what are these 3 types? First off, well, the 3 types include harmonic, melodic, and lastly, natural. Now, some of you may not have heard of the natural scale or have heard of it, but it's not discussed thoroughly, and that is absolutely fine. It's not the most present minor scale out of the 3, so we'll first discuss that. So what contains a natural scale? We'll start off with just using A minor as an example. So A minor just contains from A to A, back to A again, white keys. I have just played a natural minor scale for 2 octaves. Now, the reason why it is structured that way is because it is relative to the major key known as C major. And C major contains also just white notes. I have shown you C major scale 2 octaves. So relative key A minor and C major, they're both relative to each other. You can say that A minor is the relative to C major and C major is the relative to A minor. Now, if I want to show you a more explicit example, we'll just try out E minor. So E minor will be relative to G major. The reason being is that E natural minor and G major both contain an F sharp. That is E natural minor, 2 octaves, and then G major. Is played that way. So you may not have seen it clearly, but you may have heard it clearly that both of the scales have F sharp. That is why they are the relative keys. E natural minor is relative to G major, and G major is relative to E minor, E natural minor, so on and so forth. So that is the natural scale. Now, what is the harmonic scale? Now, you normally see harmonic scales in your ABRSM, AMEB examinations, so on and so forth, though they do contain, if you refer to the ABRSM examinations, that they do allow you to choose between natural and melodic, but the most common would be harmonic. So we'll go over that. So A harmonic minor, for example, sounds like this. That is A harmonic minor, 2 octaves. Now, the one key rule of a harmonic minor scale is that the 7th degree, the 7th note, is always raised. So I count from A. 1 is starting on A, 1, and I count upwards, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is G. So then that means I need to raise that G note to G sharp, a semitone above, okay? And then I land back on the tonic or first note, A minor. And then it's the same way it goes down. That 7th note is still going to be raised a semitone above, okay? So then it will still be G sharp, and I go back down the normal way, F, E, D, C, B, A. This can be applied to other minor scales. So let's say we go back to E minor, but we're turning it now to E harmonic minor. The F sharp is still going to be there. It doesn't change. Okay? What is going to change though is that the 7th degree is going to be raised a semitone. So we go first note on E, okay? F sharp, because I need to remember that relative to G major. So that F note needs to be raised. Okay, G, A, B, C, and then now I reach my 7th degree of the scale, which is D. If you keep in track, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on D. So then that means I need to raise that D note a semitone above. So it will become D sharp. And then back to E, the tonic of the scale. And then now we're going to go back down, but the same way as we are ascending up the scale. So D sharp, C, B, A, G, F sharp, and then back to E. It's as simple as that. So the most important thing, if forgetting everything else about the harmonic, A harmonic minor, E harmonic minor, remember this one rule is that the 7th degree of every harmonic scale, every harmonic minor scale is always raised a semitone above. That's one thing you can remember from this video tutorial. So now let's move on to melodic minor scales. The melodic minor scales are a little bit more complex than the other two, but it's not impossible to learn. There's just a few rules you need to remember. So let's go back to A minor. Let's do now A melodic minor. So what's one thing we need to keep in mind of when playing the A melodic minor? Well, instead of just 7th degree raise, we also raise the 6th degree. So if I were playing a melodic minor ascending, it will sound like this. Okay? So what happened was, I'll go from A, go from B, C, D, E, and then I reach the 6th note, the 6th degree. And I need to raise that a semitone above to create a melodic minor ascending. So it becomes then F sharp. Goes from F to F sharp. And then my 7th degree is still raised, just the same as harmonic, so it still is G sharp, and then it goes back to A. Now, instead of going the same way descending as the harmonic, it actually changes. What happens is then the raised notes of 6th and 7th is cancelled. We return back to its natural keys. So then it will sound like this. Okay? The 7th and 6th degree, the sharpened notes are cancelled. Okay? So then that means if we're going A and we're descending, G sharp is no longer G sharp when it's descending, it's now back to G. It goes back to F. So the 6th note is not raised anymore, it goes back to F natural, E, D, C, B, A. Okay, continue onwards. So let's say if we try to apply that example to E minor, let's turn it to an E melodic minor. Okay? One thing you need to remember is that again, like before, F sharp is still there. Okay? It does not change. F sharp is always going to be there. What does change though is when we're descending, the 6th note is raised. So if we're playing E melodic minor, it would sound somewhat like this. Okay? My 6th note, which is C of E minor, will be raised to C sharp. And then 7th degree, D, will become D sharp, ascending. And then we're going back down, the sharp notes are cancelled. So it goes to D and C. So we're playing descending will sound like this. Is basically what a melodic minor sounds like, and that is the three types of minor scales. You got the harmonic, you've got the melodic, and you've got the natural. I hope this helps you with whatever you may be practicing. Maybe it's examinations, maybe it's composition. You might like to learn some new types of scales, especially with the minor. There's a lot of things you can experiment with the minor scales, or you're just interested in learning more about scales, which is absolutely fantastic. I hope it's helpful. I hope you take something from this video. If you have any questions, please don't be afraid to contact me. I'll be happy to help. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time.